Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Core Set 2020 draft here on the channel. If you are watching this on YouTube, welcome, and also, if you are watching this live on Twitch, welcome as well. Before I dive in, I have a couple of announcements. First of all, if you would like to catch the stream live, be sure to check it out on twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas. Second, if you do enjoy this video over on YouTube and want to see more, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. If the video gets to 50 thumbs up, I will post another video tomorrow. So, to support more content and also to support the channel at the same time, it is really helpful to hit that thumbs up button. It's free. Who cares? Just do it. It's great. Also, if you would like to get updates when I post new content and to further support the channel, be sure to subscribe over on YouTube, follow over on Twitch, and finally, if you do have any comments at all about the picks or the gameplay, be sure to leave those in the comment section down below. I love interacting with about the picks. I think I'm going to be talking about like the top 4 or 5 cards that I'm considering in the pack instead of going through each and every card, but if there is a card that you wanted my opinion on or a pick you were confused on, please ask in the comment section down below. And finally, if you would like to further support the channel, get access to exclusive bonus content, be sure to check out the Patreon for the channel, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. But without further ado, let's dive into the draft. I am greatly enjoying this format, and I think that I've got a pretty good handle on what to be doing. I've been having discussions with a lot of very good players, and I'm liking where I'm at. I will say Scheming Symmetry is not a playable rare. Just you give your opponent their best card, and you put yourself down a card to do this, so just not a card you're ever going to play. These uncommons are all right, but they're not exceptional. Not really early picks. They're more like filler cards that are sometimes solid. Barkhide Troll, however, is quite excellent. 2 mana, 3/3. Going to match up very well. I know I've said it a lot, but I'll say it again if you haven't heard it. 2/2s and 3/3s are very prevalent in the format. So being a 3/3 means it beats all the 2/2s and trades with all the 3/3s. And there's a lot of 4 mana 3/3s. So this trades very well and just a great card. Definitely going to be the pick out of this pack, in my opinion. Also, green is one of the best colors. Preliminary color rankings, not that it matters all that much. You should still try to play like whatever's most open. Albeit white is a little bit weaker sometimes, but we'll get to that if we see some cards we can talk about. But Barkhide Troll, great. Green and blue are 2 of the best colors. Then, like, black is also up there. Hello, say yo-ho. Welcome to the stream. But, yeah, blue and green, 2 of the best colors in the set. Black also up there, and then white and red are a little bit lower. But Barkhide Troll is one of the best colors. It's a very strong card. Definitely the pick out of this pack. I will say Audacious Thief is a solid common, and also Netcaster Spider is a solid common, but they're nowhere near the Barkhide Troll, so I think Troll is the easy pick out of this pack. Okay, looking at this pack, we see a couple of good cards. There's the cards I'm going to talk about are Captivating Gyre, because I think it's a trap card that you don't really want to be playing. Warden of Evil's Isle, which is just a solid card. Gruesome Scourger, I'm not sure about. There's 5 mana for 3/3 strikes me as quite poor, but then people put up results where you get like dealing 4 damage to the opponent is like no joke, and seems relatively easy. Hello, Cornball, welcome. And relatively simple to do, so I'm not sure on Gruesome Scourger. I do think Chandra's Outrage is quite nice, very premium removal spell. One thing that was pointed out to me, and I think is really good to note, is that the removal spells are almost all at common in this set. So you can't rely on getting like a ton of removal if you don't prioritize taking the commons. So you might be, well, I want to take a strong uncommon like Warden of Evil's Isle. I'm not going to see that type of card later, but you're also not going to see that much removal later. So this card could definitely be the pick out of the pack. I will say Captivating Gyre, the reason this is a trap is because it only fits into very specific decks. If you are a blue-white Flyers deck, you potentially want to play this card, but a lot of just mid-rangey decks won't be able to just use this effectively, because if you use this when you're behind, your opponent just takes their turn, replays it. So it essentially bought yourself a turn, but put you down a card. So not really a great card. Warden of Evil's Isle, making your Flyers cost less is quite nice. I'm a little bit down on Raise the Alarm from where I was before. Just the format is kind of slow a lot of the time, and also the go wide deck with Inspired Charge doesn't really have enough support, in my opinion. The really only card that works well with Inspired Charge is Raise the Alarm, and even then, if you only have like one good card that works with Inspired Charge is dead a lot of the time you draw it. I'm really not a fan of this 2-card combo, and even though Raise the Alarm does help a lot of the other cards you want to be playing in white, a lot of those cards are just kind of bad on their own, and not a huge fan. I will say Fairy Miscreant is kind of funny, because thanks to MTG Arena bots, you can kind of like get these relatively often. Ooh, thank you so much for the subscription, Potato Skis. I really do appreciate it. The legend himself. Sweet reference, Potato Skis. Sweet reference. That's a reference to my MTG Online username. I think here we're going to take the Chandra's Outrage here over... I think next pick I would take Warden of Evil's Isle. And then third I would take... Gruesome Scourge is an option. Boneclad Necromancer is also an option. But I think it's pretty clear Warden of Evil's Isle after that. Maybe I would take Mammoth Spider third, but I think I like Chandra's Outrage a lot. Great removal spell. And now, oh my gosh, this pick is really tricky as well. Ember Hauler's a great 2-drop, 2-mana 2/2 that can sacrifice itself to deal 2 damage. Just an excellent card. Very potent and definitely one to be just a good card in general, just a strong one. Wolf Rider Saddle is another card that I really like. Just the fact that it is an equipment that also comes with a creature mitigates a lot of the cost of putting an equipment in your deck. Because a lot of the time, the downside with an equipment is your opponent will kill your creature, and then you can't do anything with your Wolf Rider Saddle. Like, you'll just have a blank card. But this comes with the creature, so it mitigates a lot of the downside, and it's just a very powerful card. Diviner's Lockbox is unplayable. And then looking at the commons, Leafkin Druid is probably the best common in this pack. For what I'm doing, I've got a kind of green-red stuff going on. It's an elemental, but I think it's just worse than both the Saddle and the Ember Hauler. There's also a Frost Lynx here, which is a strong card, but it's not worth going into a third color for a Frost Lynx over these 2 cards. So I think the uncommons are really the only 2 I'm choosing between. So do I want a 2-mana 2/2 with upside or just a 4-mana? I think I'm going to take the Wolf Rider Saddle. I think I'm by no means committed to, like, play. I mean, you kind of want to be playing 10 mountains with this type of card, and I already have a Barkhide Troll, so fitting both of those into the same deck could be tricky. And I do think Wolf Rider Saddle is quite good, and I'm very happy to be playing it, so we'll take the Wolf Rider Saddle. Now, there is a lot of pretty good commons for this. I think Unchained Berserker is a solid enough card. You can play it if you're an aggressive enough deck, but I'm not sure how aggressive my deck's going to be. It could just be a very mid-rangey deck. I kind of think that I could even, I don't know, I just don't really want to be playing a 2-mana 3/1 in this format. There's a lot of ways that this card just doesn't do much, and there's some 1/1s running around, there's some pingers, and overall I think Unchained Berserker is more of a sideboard card that you bring in when your opponent's playing white. At the common slot, Lavakin Brawler is one of my favorite commons. It works really well with a lot of the other elementals that you can play, and I think we've been seeing red signals, so I think I do want to take a red card here. I think Thicket Crash is also solid. I could just, like, take that and just stay more green focused. But I could see myself abandoning these green cards if red seems like more open. I don't know. I think Lavakin Brawler is just a little bit better than Thicket Crasher, though they work very well in conjunction. I think they're both better than Dagger Sail Aeronaut, and also Dagger Sail Aeronaut tends to wheel. Reduced to Ashes, I did say you have to prioritize removal, but Reduced to Ashes is not premium, and you don't really care about how many of you could play one, but not, like, you don't usually want more than one. I think we're going to take Lavakin Brawler. It just has a lot of good synergies in the format, especially with cards like Scampering Scorcher. This is an excellent card, one that I'm happy to pick up here. Works really well with the Lavakin Brawler. It actually works decently well with the Wolf Rider Saddle, because making it into a 2/2 is kind of nice. And then other cards in the pack, the only one that I'm considering really is Mammoth Spider, and then I would probably take a Centaur Courser or maybe a Vorst Claw. This card, just the fact that you can ramp it out with Chandra's Ember Cat is kind of nice, so we'll be on the lookout for Chandra's Ember Cat, and maybe we'll get a Vorst Claw later. But I think Scampering Scorcher is a clear pick. I've been very impressed with it. It works really well with Lavakin Brawler as well. This pack, kind of a fine opportunity to pick up a Mammoth Spider, also potentially a chance to get up a little bit of a ramp with a Scuttlemutt. We could also just take an Infuriate and really stick to red. I have seen some people getting success with mono red, which could be something really interesting to try out. We would have wished we'd take the 2-drop Ember Hauler, but Infuriate's an option. But I think we don't really want to commit to mono red just in a normal draft. It's just kind of something to keep in mind because it seems like a kind of cool deck. Scuttlemutt's definitely an option. So is Mammoth Spider. Don't really see a reason to move off of my green and red cards. Ferocious Pup doesn't really thrive in red-green specifically. Just it's generally better in like green-black, where you can use like Bone Splinters or things like that. Sometimes even green-white, that type of deck. Mammoth Spider's an option. I like that type of effect. I'm really not a fan of Wolfkin Bond. And we don't really have any 3-drops, but ramping could be nice. I think we're just going to pick the Mammoth Spider. I really like that card. And now we can pick up a Vorst Claw or a Scuttlemutt. I kind of just want to pick up the Vorst Claw. I think I just want to be getting on the board, being proactive. And Vorst Claw kind of works nicely with the Wolf Rider Saddle. Yeah, let's just take Scuttlemutt's just so much more powerful. And Ember Hauler came back. Even though it is a double red card and we have a double green card already, I don't mind picking up an Ember Hauler. It's definitely better than the Goblin Bird Grabber, and we've kind of got our colors. Scorch Spitter is a card that I do think I've been undervaluing. I know, like, I think it's not like a great card for every deck, but if you play like an all-out aggressive deck, Scorch Spitter can do some good work. Healer of the Glade, I think you really need real elemental synergies before you want that. Scorch Spitter is also a nice combo with Chandra's Spitflame. It's overall a card I want more experience with, a card I want to try out, so I could see taking this here and just trying it out. Heartpiercer Bow is a fine sideboard option. Let's just take the Scorch Spitter and see if we can just draft a super aggressive deck. And we get a Miscreant on the wheel. Sure. We're not going to play Tectonic Rift. And Goblin Smuggler. Maybe we can draft mono red. That would be the dream. We'll just pick a card that we could technically play. Fire Elemental. It's an Elemental. Okay, so we're a red-green deck right now, but we could technically play mono-red or really shift into any color that we want. And this pack, the Temple of Epiphany is actually playable as an off-color dual land, which is really interesting. You can just play this in like a red-green deck and have it be pretty good for you. Murder's a solid card, but we aren't going to move off of our like Wolf Rider Saddle and Barkhide Troll, really. I don't think those cards are just good enough. That's probably worth sticking green. We don't really know what second colors that open. Looking at our 2-drops, we would kind of like another one, and Pack Mastiff is a really good combination with Barkhide Troll. Though I think we just want the Scampering Scorcher. We already have this elemental synergy with it, and it does have like just decent synergies, so I think that Scampering Scorcher is going to be the pick here over a Pack Mastiff, though I really do like Pack Mastiff. And Woodland Champion is the perfect card to pair with our Scampering Scorchers. That's just going to be an incredible combination. Definitely the pick out of this pack. Goblin Smuggler might even wheel, which would be excellent for us. I don't think we really want to play Centaur Courser. It could even be hard to play Barkhide Troll, though even just playing this a little bit later in the game could be fine. But Woodland Champion is definitely the pick here. Leyline of Abundance is just not playable in draft. Just never gets enough value. Devout Decree is an alright card. I mean, you're not going to main deck it, but it's kind of a high pickup because it's such a good sideboard card, but we're not playing white. And then Sleep Paralysis. I think you could only really afford to play one copy. And kind of sad to miss out on a second murder, but, you know, because we could have kind of just switched colors. Okay, another Ember Hauler. I'm really liking the look of this. Just a nice card. Really powerful, and I'm really definitely skewing towards mountains at this point. Rugged Highlands would be nice to pick up. Diamond Knight actually might be playable in this deck if I end up really close to mono red. Pulse of Morass is more of a mid-rangey card, and this deck's looking quite aggressive, so I think we just want to get a premium 2-drop, get that Ember Hauler. And now a Shock. I think we're more of a Shock deck than a Leafkin Druid deck. We just want more removal. As I said, we only have one removal spell right now. Again, we have a couple Ember Haulers, and yeah, let's just take the Shock. Their Hanged Executioner is quite good, but we already have like a decent number of good green cards. Okay, so we could take an Unchained Berserker as just another aggressive card. We could take a Destructive Digger. We could take a Goblin Smuggler. So we already have... I don't think we want to really be playing the Scuttlemutt in this deck, necessarily. I think we'll just take the Unchained Berserker. Destructive Digger is just a really good card. It works really well in the late game if your deck might start to flood out. So I think we're just going to take that over a Goblin Smuggler. We might wheel another Goblin Smuggler, and Unchained Berserker could wheel as well. Not really in this pack, but we could get one later, and we don't really care all that much about getting them. Not really any cards for us. I guess we could take a Nature's End for the sideboard, or we could just take a Windscarred Crag in case we want to splash like white, or maybe we end up in white and want this to help us fix for a pacifism or something. And another Scampering Scorcher. We could just take a Marauder's Axe. Scampering Scorcher is really good with the Woodland and with the Lavakin Brawler. Lavakin Brawler plus Goblin Smuggler plus Scampering Scorcher is a really nice combo. I could see picking up a Marauder's Axe being correct. I do like Keldon Raider a decent amount. But I think we just want to go kind of all in on the Scampering Scorcher, because then we can really just build around it. If we could actually switch into white just for... Oh my gosh, Pattern Matcher is insane. Great with our Scampering Scorcher. Actually, Season of Growth seems insane. Because then we just scry super a ton. We can get a couple combat tricks. Pattern Matcher seems really good here for us. Let's just take the Pattern Matcher. Nice little value card there. Now we'll get a Vial, I guess. And we'll pick up a Nature's End for the sideboard. Diamond Knight came back. That's a pretty nice pickup. With so many red cards. We'll take the Lockbox. Probably not going to play that type of card, but it's an uncommon. It builds the vault up. Okay, we could totally play mono red, folks, if we get there. We do need more 2-drops for that type of deck, though. Well, well, well. This is a pick. We could just abandon all of our green cards for an Ajani. Or we could take the incredible Mask of Immolation. Mask of Immolation's got to be the pick, right? We have 3 Scampering Scorchers. That's just 3 damage. Just throw them around. Could have had a third murder. I think it's got to be Mask of Immolation. We could just play mono red, which would be awesome to experiment with. Woodland Champion seems really good in this deck, though. So maybe just close to mono red. Splashing a couple of red cards. I think you don't have to be technically mono red to be like a mono red deck. So we could just take Mask, wheel Scorch Spitter, and just go to town. Johnny's great, but let's just try out this super aggressive strategy. And now another Diamond Knight. That's probably going to wheel, though. So if that's wheeling, we could just take a Silverback Shaman, really good green card, or Marauder's Axe. Axe is probably the pick. We have a lot of cards that it works really well with. 3 Scampering Scorches really makes me want the Axe. And we're probably not going to be super heavy green. We might not even play the Barkhide Troll. And another Mask of Immolation. This is an insane pickup. Also, Lavakin Brawler is great, but I think we just want Mask as a really good 2-drop. It does get worse in multiples, but having it down seems really good. Lavakin Brawler, we already have a lot of 4-drops, so we don't really need to take the Lavakin Brawler here. Let's just get the Mask. And now, Active Treason actually becomes very good in this deck with double Mask, because that's just a very effective 5-mana play. Wow. A 3rd Mask or first Active Treason. How many 2-drops do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mask is good, but we already have 2 copies. I think we just want Active Treason. Mask does get worse in multiples. And Chandra's Embercat is a nice pickup. Helps us play our elementals a turn early. Another excellent 2-drop. Or a second Active Treason. 2 Active Treason, 2 Masks. That could be a really nice combo. I think we'd rather just stick with 1 Active Treason. That just seems like a good ratio. 2 Masks to 1 Act. And then we'll just take the Pack Mastiff. Now we'll pick up the Rugged Highlands. Is actually a great pickup for us. We do need that mana fixing to help us get our green cards into play. How many goblins do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 goblins. Probably not enough to make this worth it. We'll just take the sideboard card. And Scorch Spitter came back. Perfect. And Diamond Knight came back. I'm really liking the way this deck is panning out, folks. Another Scorch Spitter. We're just going all in on this aggro plan, I think. Okay. So, if we just played straight mono red, we lose out on Woodland Champion, which seems insane in this deck, and Wolf Rider Saddle, which doesn't seem as insane in this deck because all of our creatures are tiny. So if we just cut all of our green cards, and they just played all these, maybe cut the Fire Elemental. We could just play mono red. The question becomes, how good is Woodland Champion in this deck? Is Woodland Champion and Wolf Rider Saddle worth dipping in? And we could even try the lockbox, because the way the lockbox works is you can name Mountain, and then you can draw 3 cards. It just seems a bit slow for our strategy. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2-drops here. Let's look at our curve. We do have a lot of 4-drops as well, but the Embercat does help a little bit with that. 1 over 1 or more tokens, so it only works with Scampering Scorcher. Oh, and Mask. Yeah, we really want to play green for this card. It's just so good. I think this is enough red sources. 12 red sources. What's our worst card? Probably Scuttlemutt. We don't really want Scuttlemutt. And this is such a premium 2-drop. I think that's the only green card we'll play. We don't really want the Wolf Rider Saddle. Though maybe we do. Once we're splashing green, we could just play that. I don't think we want a double green card, though. Wolf Rider Saddle could be better than Axe, maybe? Axe seems really good with the stuff I have, though. Let's just run it like this. We have a lot of sources of all of our colors. We'll make... let's make this guy our feature card. I know I said Scorch Spitter was unplayable before, but this is partly for science and partly because I saw another player try this out to good success. And we are splashing 1 Woodland Champion, so it's not technically mono red, but it's basically mono red. We're going to try something new here as well. I'm going to take a screenshot of the deck so that I can reference it during the matches potentially. I don't think we want Fire Elemental. We have enough mana sinks with the Pattern Matcher to get us more copies, Marauder Sacs to equip this to equip. We don't really just need a 5-mana 5/4. Yeah, this seems good to me. Just going to take a screenshot real quick. And let's run this. I think this deck is quite good. It strikes me as quite good. And just, yeah. There's a lot of people trying to do slow, dirtily things because it's kind of gotten out that the format can be slow and dirtily. At least by gotten out, I mean like a decent number of people are trying out to draft these slow, like infinite looping decks with Scholar and stuff, and we could just really get underneath them and wreck them. We need to customize our lands after this. This hand seems solid enough. Scorch Spitter on the play. Could get in for like 4 or even 6 damage, which would be great. I wonder what color I'm naming with Diamond Knight. 2 Diamond Knights is also interesting to experiment with. I kind of want to get the Diamond Knight out as soon as possible. That's awesome, cool as heck. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we're just going to get the Diamond Knight. It could be problematic for red-green to deal with it. Ooh, Teamer. Oh, this is really good for us. So this Diamond Knight's actually going to get quite large. And Goblin Smuggler plus Scorch Spitter is a nice little combo. And this is kind of surprise damage, potentially. Whoa-ho-ho!
Cheer 1, 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 cheer 1.
Thank you for all of the cheers, Potato Skis. Let's just get this guy into play. Oh dear. Well, that's quite bad for me. Maybe Diamond Knight is not a good fit for this deck. Oh, they have Shock? Let's just keep attacking, chipping away, and then maybe he'll make a big attack and we can get in for an extra 3 damage and really just end the game. Brutal. So there's more life gain. Maybe Diamond Knight's not a good fit. red cat. Because I do get to hit him for 6 here. There goes my dude. Oh, nice draw. And now we have another 4/4, so that's kind of cool. Can trade with Omnath. I definitely think there are some good draws we have available to us. The Mask of Immolation would be incredible. Act of Treason would also just win us the game, I think. Maybe we wanted a second Act of Treason after all. Thrashy B. If he gives me a trade with Omnath, I will take it. So we are drawing a little bit land heavy, so we will just pass. But Mask of Immolation is good for a variety of reasons. First of all, because it pumps up our woodland guy. Okay. Better than nothing, I guess. Pattern Matcher's their last card. They were saving it for their Frostlinks. Oh no, for their Thicket Crasher. I think our best bet here is to hope to draw our one of Act of Treason. So we're taking 4, 8, 11 here. So we can jump block here, take 8. Then if we steal this thing, I'm honestly not sure what our out is here. I don't think this is good enough. I think we drew too many lands. Okay. It's a landline. That's cool. Neat. Yep. Four, 5, 6, 7. We do not have enough toughness to live. Okay. Let's see how we change things up for this. Fire Elemental seems decent. Wolf Rider Saddle might be okay. Fire Elemental for a Diamond Knight. Let's try that. Diamond Knight seemed kind of bad, because we want to get out early and often, and I'm not sure if Diamond Knight is a good card for this aggressive strategy. It seems fine with like 16 other cards to pump it up, though, so we'll keep one and try it out. I don't think I need this little snip. The more I think about it, I can just remember all my cards. Definitely an experiment for sure, but I think our hand was also a little bit slow. Oh, this hand is much better. Just 1-drop into 2-drop is so much better than what we did last time, where we went 1-drop into tap land, into gain land, into, I thought 3-mana 1-1. That was also probably a really greedy line that we took playing the Diamond guy. Just drawing a forest here would be really good to get our Woodland Champion in before our Scorchers. Oh, come on, forest, I believe. We will kill that. Sure. I think we just attack with everything. Trading 1/1/1 for 4 damage, actually for 6 damage is really good. Haven't I been playing any other games off stream? Not really. Oh, other games like other than Magic. I've been trying Dota Underlords a bit. I actually made some videos on it. We'll trade a Scorch Spitter for 6 damage. Especially because we're playing another Scampering Scorcher next turn. And remember, we have Mask of Immolation, so getting my opponent low has a lot of value. The Gift of Paradise does kind of hose me in that way. Okay. Brightwood Tracker it is. There's a Mask of Immolation. So if I equip up, I get him down to 6. Because they block 2. Take 5. No, but then they go down to 4. They're totally dead. Double Mask of Immolation is so good in this deck. Like next turn, I can get in for 3 and then Mask of Immolation them. Twice. Oh man, they're gaining life. That's a problem. That is a problem. Bag of Holding, okay. So if I attack them with all 5, I lose 2, but then I can finish off the Goblin Smuggler. Is it even worth it to ping that? I don't think so. we can ping their face, and then if we draw a land, we can ping them 3 times and win. Unless they have second Gift of Paradise, which would suck. We can afford to just wait on the ping of with this guy. Because he can still attack next turn. And the ping sacrifice thing is free. Give me act of treason. Keep in mind we also have other sources of burn. I should have shocked him. That was a mistake. I should have shocked and re-equipped. That was bad. I was thinking that if I drew a land, I would just re-equip 3 times anyway, but there's no reason not to just do it now, I think. So losing my creature is kind of a steep cost. Because they play a Gift of Paradise here, I wish I hadn't. I think I should have taken the second Act of Treason. That's just the type of thing that you learn after playing this type of deck. But Act of Treason would have been great. Also, Infuriate would have been real good. Because combat tricks work really well with the like going wide sub-theme. There's a card. We'll just do this one time to free up some mana. Oh, so they have to draw Gift of Paradise this turn. I could have killed them maybe if I had done that the previous turn. It would have been better. I missed lethal. For sure. I gave an extra 2 draws at a Gift of Paradise. So if I lose this game, it's just my fault. But it happens. You live and you learn. Oh, man. Backbreaking. Just buys them a little bit of time. Wow, they put it onto a tapped land. That was bad. Oh no, they tapped it to put it onto an untapped land. Never mind. My kingdom for act of treason. So they are all out of lands. Block sack. We can equip the Scorch Spitter, get in 2 damage that way. Oh, that's really good. Go, Scorch Spitter. Oh, we're so close to just winning. They have like 1 draw step. Oh, this is such a slow end to this game. It feels like it should have been over forever ago. Even just sack and then ping ping. Boom! Got game 2. Reckless Airstrike can kill that artifact. Nature's End can kill the artifact or a Gift of Paradise. Vial of Dragonfire doesn't kill anything that I care about. Diviner's Lockbox, Naming Mountain doesn't seem good enough when I'm playing green cards. I kind of want the Wolf Rider Saddle. Just so that I don't get blanked by 2/2s. I know they have a couple 2/2s. I think I'm going to bring in the second Diamond Knight again. The game can stall out, and he doesn't seem to have all that much removal. Fire Elemental does seem good, though. So the question becomes, what do I cut for it? He doesn't seem to have that many 2-drops either. Scabbering Scorcher seems a bit too good to cut, but maybe 3 copies is excessive. I think Flame Elemental might be better. Though Flame Elemental is just kind of a clunky card. Yeah, let's just cut the Flame Elemental for the Diamond Knight again. The game seems like it can get a little stalled out. Well, this is a great hand. 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, and then Mask. And Pattern Matcher to get another Scampering Scorcher from our deck. This matchup's harder on the draw, that's for sure. Oh, Healer of the Glade. That's actually not a great sideboard card in this against this particular hand. I actually kind of want to draw my Marauding Axe, or whatever it's called. Well, that's a problem. One can only hope that I draw Act of Treason. And by one, I mean myself. Interesting. We get a nice attack in. Sure, we'll kill the Brontodon. If they attack with this and don't do anything next turn, we could go Scorch Spitter into Scampering Scorcher. So much scorching. And next turn we can Pattern Matcher our Scampering Scorcher. I think Mask of Immolation is going to do insane work this game. I suspect they have Omnath. I don't know why. Fire Elemental, sure. We're just going super wide. So we can kind of just start mowing their board down. Like, we're going to kill the Frostlings this turn. So if we play Scampering Scorcher and attack with everything, then whatever he blocks with this, we can. He'll probably block here, 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 and we can finish off. No, we'll just play Scampering Scorcher and then pass, because we want to be able to attack with our Pattern Matcher. Play our land because we want to be able to equip around, so to speak. Because we have 10 creatures in play. That's enough to clear his board. Sure. So I think we're favored here. Our board is just so wide, and this Mask is going to do good work. And if we ever draw Active Treason, we just win. Or if we draw our own Lavakin Brawler and Goblin Smuggler, that's a nice combo for this board. More scampering shenanigans. So we would have to do this 4 times. I think we'll wait until we have to. We'll just keep this second Scampering Scorcher in hand in case we draw our Woodland guy. Sure thing, bud. That's the heck of a draw that we were looking for. So this thing can become a 6, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It can be a 7, 7. So they're at 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Let's actually equip to one of the 1/1s. That seems better. Because we don't want to lose our Scorch Spitter for nothing. Because now we can block Flame Elemental and then sack this guy. If my opponent does decide to go for an attack. I really hope they don't draw their Thicket Elemental. What I would love is a Act of Treason, because then I take Creeping Trailblazer, all of my guys become absolutely massive, like insanely massive. I needed a second act. For this matchup, I needed a second Act of Treason. Maybe all matchups, second Act of Treason was correct. Oh man, I wish I'd taken it. I forget what I took over it though. Oh man, regret. $14, $18, so we have to block. So here we take 10, maybe. This seems fine. We kill that thing. They have one card in hand. I wonder what it could be. So if they have one pump spell, they'll win that combat. But we traded 2 tokens for a pump spell, which is fine. The question is, do we double block here? Is there any mass pump spell? I can't think of one off the top of my head. Let's block like this. That seems really good for us. Well, that was a fantastic draw. No questions about that. Just kill that thing right away. We can either double equip. I think double equipping is fine. Save the Scampering Scorcher. They're probably going to block one of this Scorch Spitter, I'd have to assume. Or maybe this one. Fine by me. So they have one card in hand. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage. And then we have 7 lands, so if we draw another land, we can then equip the mask another time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 by sacking that one. 12 if we re-equip once. So 1 land and we have lethal if they attack with Fire Elemental and have nothing. Oh, oh no, I didn't forget about that. Things are looking good for the good guys. I hope they don't have Flame Sweep in their deck. That would suck. Thicket Crasher, sure. Get dominated, opponent. Boom! There's our Active Treason. I think Active Treason's only good when we have Mask of Immolation, like only like actively good. But haha! Oh man, I kind of doubted this deck. Not gonna lie. But we got there. Let's go. What? Nice cosmetic there. Let's see. Any changes we would like to make? Equipment just seem really good on my guys. So maybe Wolf Rider Saddle is just a fine inclusion over a Diamond Knight. Though I don't really have a ton of 3-drops to play, so Diamond Knight could just be a fine card to have on turn 3. Let's just run it back. Man, this deck is sweet. Man, mono red. I'm just calling it mono red because we have literally 1 green card, but I think that green card is so good that it's worth playing. Wow. Awesomeness. Thank you so much to everyone for tuning in. It's always fun to have a nice little Twitch stream going. Hopefully you are enjoying it. The Enigma Engine. Winning the die roll. What do you think is the best color combo? Oh, nice hand here. I think that, according to people, I haven't actually like played enough to choose my own best color combination, but according to a lot of people I respect, blue-green is quite good. Any combination of the Sultai colors is just quite powerful. We'll get Embercat in case we draw a Scorcher. Blue-green, those combinations are good. I like blue-white flyers a lot. I don't think picking a color combination and then just sticking with it is necessarily the best, though. Let's just attack. Oh, they don't want to trade. Well, Diamond Knight naming red is going to be good this game. Have to imagine, at least. This Destructive Digger is also going to be excellent. Let's just trade off the Diamond Knight. I don't think it's worth sitting around waiting for it to get big. Oh yeah, that was going to happen no matter when I did that. Thank you so much for the follow, Spock3. Appreciate it. So we're definitely going to sack a mountain with our Destructive Digger here. Look for more action. Things are not looking good for us. We need to find a Chandra's Outrage. I found that sometimes you have to just make the aggressive block in this situation. Punished to the max. Oh well. Nice. Okie-doke, the Scorcher down. Oh. We're going to have to hold on for one more turn to get this axe into play. Remember, we lost game 1 last time. That's a good sign for me. Oh, that's terrible for me. Him playing this gives him 3 unblockable damage every turn in addition to his 4/4. We can't afford to keep our Destructive Digger around. Unfortunately, we did just draw 3 too many lands this game. We could still win, though. They could have all lands in hand as well, but their Destructive Digger means that they're not going to flood as easily. But we're like a shock away. Oh, that's... yeah, that's probably game. So we would go to 2. Yeah, we don't have it anyway, really. Game 2, game 2. We got this, I believe. So, the red-green mirror. Saddle. Vial. Kind of just want Vial for a Diamond Knight. Okay, let's do it. Because Vial can like really mess with their combat tricks. It just gives us our own like combat thing. We don't have like any combat tricks, which is kind of bad, I think. Just another shock. Could be fine. Yeah, we can't keep this hand. If we did hit a land, though, and it was a mountain, we go Scorch Spitter into Scorch Spitter Shock. Oh, this is much better. We're just going to get rid of a mountain. Going to keep all of the gas. Then we'll get Ember Cat out on turn 2. And then hopefully they don't have a 2-drop. Though knowing that they're a red-green aggressive deck, I just have to assume. Yep. Okay, so now we just need 1 land, and we just have the perfect curve to maybe get across the finish line before they can stabilize. I'm going to suicide my Scorch Spitter here. I'm making it so he doesn't trade with my guys, which means I get another attack in next turn. Scorch Spitter got in for 5 essentially, so that was good enough. 1 mana Lava Axe. Now we just need 1 land. Seasons of Growth is a very slow card. Land me. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Perfect. Our Scorch Spitter sticks around. If only we had drawn a land this turn, we would have just won. But as it is, we're probably going to win anyway, unless they have life gain. Because we shock them and we Chandra's their creature and we win. Oh, this only targets creatures. Good to know. Whoops. Well, we're taking Vial out. Probably. That is something I did not realize. This card's even worse than I thought. Ah, nice. We got it at the perfect time so they didn't get to scry before they drew. All we need is a land at any point in this game. If they unsummon their creature in response, I'm going to cry. We're just going to Scampering Scorch them, though. Hey! It is Mr. Metronome. Welcome to stream. The NicolaiBolas logo is new. My little brother made it, actually. I'm the one that has not been around for a while. I haven't been able to stream in a long time because I don't have internet. But I actually got the idea for this deck from the Lords of Limited Discord, so someone said they did well with mono red, and so I wanted to try it out, and it was open. So we're not even playing Barkhide Troll because we're only playing one green card because it's Woodland Champion in our triple Scampering Scorcher deck. This deck is awesome. Yeah, I agree. I think it is awesome. Okay, so knowing more about their deck, I think we can at least consider Natural End, because they have like 2 or 3 enchantments. Definitely taking out the Vial of Dragonfire and this Diamond Knight. Those both seem bad. Did I cut something other than Diamond Knight? I did. I like the Digger. I wish I had a combat trick of some kind. I think we'll play the Wolf Rider Saddle here, maybe. Maybe Scuttlemutt. Maybe we'll just play this guy, or Fire Elemental. Let's play Fire Elemental. It's probably going to be a grindier game. Or grindier than the first game was, at least. Maybe I should have cut a Scorcher on the draw. This little aggressive 1-drop. Oh, this hand seems great. We have our nice little combo, the Wombo combo. Opponent is mulliganing. This is good for us. Shock is also really good against all their combat tricks. And on the draw, it's also particularly good because they have a lot of 2-mana 2/2s probably. Ah, they are also running Scorch Spitter. We're not going to just shock the Scorch Spitter for no reason. We will probably not kind of shock on their turn too. We'll just try to kill their 2-drop with our shock and then play our Chandra's Embercat. Okay. We'll just use our Mask of Immolation on it. Because they do have a lot of things to target. Yeah, we're going to mask it down. And we're just going to do it now because they have a Feral Invocation that they could use to really punish that, and a Growth Cycle, which would draw them a card as well. Our continuing ability to draw lands is quite nice here, I must say. So I think here we're just going to play our Goblin Smuggler, because it's the most mana efficient. And once we get up to 5 mana, we can take control of their guy and do a bunch of stuff. We also don't have a shock target, so there's no reason to hold up our shock just yet. Okay, what's their last card? Probably a growth, whatever it's called. Because I know they have multiples of those. They're keeping on top A. No blocks. Okay, so we have our combo assembled. So I think we might just attack, and if they don't do anything, we'll play Embercat. I think this is a fine trade, and it could get him to play his Growth Spiral. Nice. Okay, we will just play our Pattern Matcher. And if they attack in, then we're pretty sure they have the Feral Invocation. I think since we have board control, we can just afford to attack here. Equip to our cat. So we essentially have a really good removal spell for whatever creature they play next, because we don't really care about the Netcaster Spider as much right now. Rapacious Dragon fits that bill, I must say. I wonder if that's what they kept on top. I feel like they have a combat trick. We're definitely going to mask that one. I mean, act that one. Okay, I just have to make sure it's the equip one and not pinging it on accident. And then I think we're going to go for this shock play. Because we can shock this in addition to... Boom! Let's go. I feel like if they'd had a combat trick, they would have gone for it with the Pattern Matcher and tried to block or something. Opponent in with the nice. Truth. We're really hoping this Pattern Matcher sticks around. Oh, that was a good draw. This is what is known in the business as Voltron. All in. Whoo, man, mono red getting it done. I wonder what they have in their hand. Boom, and we get the win. Oh, man, they probably kept a Feral Invocation or something. Oh, man. We've lost both game ones and then roared back. Okay, we're going to make some changes to this deck now that we have played with it. So Diamond Knight is a definite no-no. He has been very bad, even in our basically monocolored deck. And so I think we would rather have probably even a Scuttlemutt, just because our curve is kind of high. And a Wolf. Our forest is for Woodland Champion because we have 2 Mask of Immolations and 3 Scampering Scorchers, so it seems like he could get really big. So, and then now it's also for Wolf Rider Saddle, but Woodland Champion seemed like he was worth splashing for as just a very good 2-drop. Because like he's like just becomes a 4/4 so easily in our deck. So that's why we're playing that. But now I think we want to cut the Diamond Knights. This guy's also an option. I think we don't need to go past 4 though. Our curve is a bit wonky, but keep in mind we have a couple mana dorks. Because the cat can also tap for a lot of our 4-drops. And that's our only... And now we have Scuttlemutt. That's just a way to get our... As like another land that can also be a creature. And winning die rolls in the year 2017. What a fantastic hand. Oh, yes. Life is good in the hood, as they say. We'll play the cat in case we do draw a Scampering Scorcher. Well, that's going to die. I think we just play Scuttlemutt. No, Ember Hauler plus Shock is probably better. Go, Scuttlemutt. Be the scarecrow you were always meant to be. Oh, no.
Pyromancy puts a little sizzle in my step. I call my fists Pyromaster and Firebrand.
Well, that doesn't line up particularly well. So we'll get her off the board. We do miss out on some damage this way, but we don't want her to stick around. Like, we could have them at 11 and Chandra at 1 loyalty. And then we just take their creature that they play and win. Two, 5, 6. If they don't block the Scorch Spitter, if they do block the Scorch Spitter, we get in for 4 damage. And Scorch Spitter, and they don't trade off with any of our creatures. I like that trade. How late will I be streaming? I'll be streaming another couple hours, probably. Ember Cat, sure. Thank you so much, Mr. Metronome. It means a lot to hear. I have, even though I haven't been streaming, I have been doing a lot of recording, which I think has helped. Because when you're streaming, sometimes you get unfocused, and but recording really. So we could Lavakin Brawler, active treason our own Lavakin Brawler to give it haste, but we'd also tap our Scuttlemutt to do that. That's also just kind of a funny thing to do. It's not really a actual thing to do. We could attack all out, and then play Ember Lavakin Brawler. I kind of like that plan. Then if they play a big enough creature that happens to be an elemental, we get there. Also, we still have 2 of the masks to draw to go with the active treason, so I'm not in a super big rush to cast it. But those seem like fine trades. And we have that as a good draw as well. Triple Scampering Scorcher really does make Lavakin Brawler a beast. That's lethal. Bet you didn't see that coming, Thorns! Oh, so they are blue-red, then they're splashing green. I can only assume it's for a Risen Reef or something. Nice. See you later, cool as heck. Okay. I liked the changes, even though we didn't draw any of our new cards. Actually, we did. We drew Scuttlemutt. Scuttlemutt was far better than a Diamond Knight, I think. Or probably about the same. Vial of Dragonfire for killing Risen Reef, which I assume they have. That might just be what they're splashing green for. Or they could be splashing green for Omnath. I don't think we're going to change anything here. Our deck seems awesome. I'm so happy that I saw someone playing a mono red deck. They like sent a picture of it in this Discord, and I was like, wow, that seems awesome. And then I wanted to see how good it was. And here we are. Does anyone else get really annoyed that it flashes like Vivian and Teferi no matter what the actual like chosen things are? We're going to keep this 7. It's kind of sketchy, but you know, the opponent might not have the fastest deck. And this can really go to town if we draw some spells. I really like Destructive Digger. It has been a great card. Okay, we're screwed. Oh, they're attacking! Go, Scourge Spitter, go! Oh, yes. This is exactly why we want the Woodland Champion. What a great 2-drop. It's going to be a 3/3 now. And it's only getting bigger. Oh, Destructive Digger right on cue. We're not going to attack with our Scorch Spitters just yet. Like, honestly, I was way lower on Digger. And then, yeah, I listened to an episode of Lords of Limited. And it was like, wow, it's like, just a fine card. Like, I thought it was solid, but like, it's actually a card that I like actively look for now. Chandra Spitfire is also a card that I think I misevaluated to start the format. I think this card is a little bit better, especially if Scorch Spitter ends up like being a real thing. I'm kind of still experimenting with how good Scorch Spitter is, but wow, Frostlinks, you monster. This card's going to be a house if my opponent can't kill it. So at a certain point we can just double ping, but for now we're just going to play our Destructive Digger. Then next turn we can ping, equip, ping. After attacking with it, of course. Because we can ping it, and then equip, and then attack, and then when it's going to do a damage we can, after it has done its 1 damage, we can then ping it again. And we can always double ping this lightning thing as well. And I think we want to use the Destructive Digger if we don't draw anything relevant. Oh, Wolf Rider Saddle. That's a nice one. It's actually probably good enough to just play to get this guy bigger. And yet another token. Woodland Champion has been very good. I haven't actually played the Wolf Rider Saddle yet. This is going to trade with 2 of their cards, which is really good if they do choose to block it. Wow, this is... I think this card definitely should have been my deck from the beginning. I just had so many 4-drops that I was like, oh, I don't need another one. But Wolf Rider Saddle just seems very good. It's also, like, Woodland Champion is doing exactly what I kind of expected it to do. If I ever draw a Scampering Scorcher, it becomes a 6/6 too, which is really good. We are winning this race. Our opponent only has 2 cards in hand. We have a Destructive Digger to win the late game. And, oh, Lavakin Brawler. Don't mind if I do. So we're not going to play it just yet. I think we actually probably want to attack with this... probably don't want to attack with the Destructive Digger. Though the game's probably going to be over before we start really getting value out of it. Just drawing 1 extra card could still be good enough. But I see this turn being a Lavakin Brawler and re-equipping the Mask turn. So maybe we do just want to get in there. If this is my attack, I just attack with everything. Is 4, so they're functionally at 10. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So they have to do some blocking. If they let this through, they go to 6. This can ping them too. So they're like, I think attacking everything is correct. They have 2 cards in hand, so let's just assume they can kill one of my creatures. Let's just assume they bounce this or kill this in some way. So they'll be at 10. If they go block, block, we'll end up killing one of those. Probably kill both of them in the end. Or kill at least one of them. Yeah, I think attacking all out is correct. And if they don't have a kill spell for this, like say they can only kill one of our 3/3s or something. This just seems good to me. they did have that. We want to put it on the bottom. So now we trade that thing. And we will equip this just in case they have a removal spell. So yeah, I think that attack went about as I expected it to, and I think I end up significantly ahead here as a result. Booyah! Right on schedule, Scampering Scorcher. Nice to see you, mate. Ha ha ha! Let's go! If we do Scampering Scorcher, we win. Obviously. Perfect play, never punished. Heck yes. Heck yes. I mean, this deck is fantastic. I'm definitely glad I put the Wolf Rider saddle in. That card seems great. I wanted to try out the Diamond Knights, so I don't regret playing them, because if they're not good in this deck, then they're not good in any deck, because 3 mana 1/1, it's just too much. It's too steep. Too steep. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 4-drops, but we do have this guy, which can kind of make some of these into 3-drops in a way. The game is easy. The game is easy. When you're playing mono red, essentially. I count this as basically mono red. Perfect. Perfection. Okay. We lost the die roll for once in our life, but it doesn't matter. We have got justice on our side. Oh, this hand is beautiful. Oh, this hand is a thing of beauty. Goblin Smuggler plus Scorch Spitter. Oh my gosh, of course he has the skeleton. Oh yes, the land was a really good draw. And we can Goblin Smuggler this Scorch Spitter, so. Attack me, opponent. I know you want to. Trade 1 damage for 2 damage. Ember Hauler or Pack Mastiff. I think Pack Mastiff is probably... So the reason I wouldn't play Ember Hauler is then if they play like a... let's just play the Ember Hauler. Now if they play a Gorging Vulture or something, we can sacrifice it and then Pack Mastiff or Mask or something like that. I think just getting our better guy out here is useful, because then the activated ability becomes more relevant. That is the downside, of course, but we do have a lot of 2 toughness guys in our hand that are going to get killed. So here, I don't think I want to shock this thing. I think we're just going to play our Goblin Smuggler. Or we can play Destructive Digger. I can also change my cat's artwork opponent. Now we both have blue cats. There we go, we're petting him. Let's think. So, we can go Goblin Smuggler, attack for 2. We can go Destructive Digger. I think Destructive Digger just is the highest power. Means that we're going to get in for more damage in the long run if we play it like this. Because we can probably kill their next play with some combination of Shock and Mask of Immolation. Hopefully just Shock. And then we can just start hitting them for 3. Yeah, like this is perfect for us. Because now we can hit them for 3 instead of like 2 per turn for a couple turns. And if we draw a land, we can go Goblin Smuggler this turn. But I wouldn't mind just getting the Pack Mastiff down. What did they mill? Chandra's Outrage and a Dagger Seal Aeronaut. Okay, perfect. So now we can go Goblin Smuggler. Shock this. We will just attack with these 2. There's no reason to give this Torch Spitter unblockable at this point. because that just leaves us with an extra tapped creature. Pack Mastiff is a really good combination with the Smuggler. Aww. No, they probably have Bone Splinters. That's the only reason I could think of for doing that. Oh, so much value. Just turned Act of Treason into a removal spell that also did me 3. So good. So good. We both have 2 cards in hand. I think my card's really good. Okie doke. And we will get the mask into play. And we will pass. I don't think we want to trade these things off, because that'll just give my opponent a little bit too much value. The Sanitarium Skeleton's really good against my deck. It's a 6/6. Oh no. That is a massive flyer. So I'm going to take 6 here. I think I'm just going to wait on the Scampering Scorcher, because they're going to attack me for 6, and then I can get a nice little Scampering Scorcher hit in, and potentially really threaten that it kill them on the following turn. We're just going to hope they don't really have a relevant play here. Okay, that's unfortunately quite a relevant play. And that is not the answer we needed. So we're just going to play for our out, which is most likely Act of Treason. So we're just going to hold back one of these guys to chump the Vengeful War Chief. So if my opponent blocks that, we can just ping him with it. This Vengeful War Chief is going to be huge. Oh, it's only the first time they lose life. Perfect. Go to damage. And ping the skeleton. We just don't have a good way to deal with this embodiment in our entire deck, other than drawing Act of Treason, taking it, swinging for the fences. And it is lethal if we do draw our Act of Treason. Oh, we just lose. Oh well. Oh well. So Sanitarium Skeleton completely wrecked us, but they probably don't have that many copies of it. So I still think Scorch Spitter is probably worth playing. Fire Elemental seems like a fine option. I think that's the only option we'd really consider. This card's not going to kill. I guess it kills the Gorging Vulture. And it could kill that other guy. I think we could go to Scampering. Scampering Scorch is just so much synergy with our stuff. Pattern Matcher might be a bit slow. I could see cutting Scuttlemutt. Probably Scuttlemutt's our worst card here. Thank you, Black Mambo. Thank you. I am able to stream for this week because I have access to the internet, which is great. Let's try that change. I mean, Scuttlemutt's probably our weakest card, so probably worth running the Reckless thing, because it could potentially kill the 3-drop flyer, and can definitely kill Gorging Vulture, which I assume my opponent has like 1 or 2 copies of. We'll keep this hand. And we're going to get rid of Pattern Matcher. Even though Woodland Champion, we can't actually cast Woodland Champion. We only have 6 green sources, one of which comes into play tapped. But it is one of our better cards. This is actually really interesting. What do we get rid of? I think we need to keep the lands. Let's get rid of the Reckless Airstrike, maybe. It's kind of an unreliable sideboard card. I think we want to keep Pattern Matcher. At the very worst, we can get a Scorch Spitter with it. One can only hope they do not have turn 1 Sanitarium Skeleton. And that they did not mulligan until they found said Sanitarium Skeleton. Let's go, Scorch Spitter. No swamp, no swamp, no swamp. Ouch. Dominated. Completely and utterly dominated. I want my Destructive Digger. Or my Wolf Rider thing. Or really just any equipment. It's just Sanitarium Skeleton that owns me. If you let me trade this off, I'll take it. That's a good one. We're not going to attack with our Woodland Champion. Because it'll just trade with this. Which we'd rather avoid for now, because we can just shock this later, or draw one of our things that pings. This is actually really bad against our deck, so we're trying not to let it get value. Next turn we can get a Scorch Spitter and play it with our Pattern Matcher. The Mask of Immolation will kill this. We have 2 copies, so we'll reliably draw one of them. Wow. That's bold. That was really bad. I should have played Pattern Matcher first. Oh, man. Never punished. Thank goodness. Holy smokes. Not punished at all. That was lucky. The tight plays that you come to expect. I really just wanted the thrill. I mean, it's not correct for them to block there, probably. Depends on their hand, kind of, but, like, nice. And now we can just equip the Wolf Rider saddle to this guy. And just go to town. Wolf Rider saddle plus our Scorch Spitter is actually legit. Hits for 3. Oh my gosh, they have multiple Sanitarium Skeletons. That's brutal. So let's actually attack with everything now, except this guy. Because we only have two 3/3s now, so the vampire will trade with one. We can't just rely on drawing our mask at this point. And we do want to get in for damage. And they can't double block the Scorch Spitter, which is an important distinction. Oh, man. Ha, their flyer would only be a 1/1. Luckily, they are short on black mana. Goblin Bird Grabber. That's not fun. That is sad and mean. Well, that is why we draw our Mask of Immolation, to kill the Goblin Bird Grabber. We'll just do that before combat so it can't trade with our Scorch Spitter, obviously. And post-combat, we'll equip our Mask to our Pattern Matcher, just in case they go for a kill spell on it. If only we'd drawn this Mask a turn earlier, we could have gotten rid of the Death Toucher, too. I think getting in for these two couple attack steps while my opponent is stumbling is key, though. Sanitarium Skeleton is remarkably annoying against Scorch Spitter. And probably my Scampering Scorcher, too. When I draw that. Oh, no. Not another Bone Splinters. Oh, that's ouch moment. I feel like they're just going to kill my Scorch Spitter. I feel like killing Scorch Spitter might have been correct there. Because Scorch Spitter gets in for 1 damage no matter what they do. Oh, yes. World's biggest Scorch Spitter. Let's make them chump it. Axe will be great. I think this is a pretty good setup for our deck, honestly. We have a lot of really good draws. Our Scampering Scorchers are going to be fantastic. I mean, they kind of have to spend all their black mana just to deal with this Scorcher for a turn. I mean, Spitter for a turn. A little bit irritating that they just drew a third black source. We're still hitting them for a damage a turn. And if we draw Goblin Smuggler, we can do the old equip the axe to something else trick. They are at a high life total, though, so we do want to draw a meaningful spell soon. We'll just hold this land, though. There's no reason to go for anything else. Yeah, the fact that they have 2 skeletons is kind of annoying. I think 1 skeleton would be better, though, still, because that would have meant they drew another relevant spell instead. I'm trying to think about what we want to draw. Probably Scampering Scorcher would be a fine option. I think my favorite draw would be the 2/2 that can give unblockable, because then I have them on a 2-turn clock. Thank you, Zach Woodby, for the follow. I appreciate it. Wow, this guy is just all spades. Everything he wants. That's a fine draw as well. Equipping this one because then they can't double block. And there is some power in forcing them to spend 4 mana a turn to get their 1/2 back. And also they're at a functional 7 because this mask can just start pinging them. Both of us are just kind of spinning our wheels though right now. Goblin Bird Grabber is just so dead. It is so bad against our deck. Voltron! Oh, man. So, I have drawn 8 lands, 9 lands, and they have drawn 7, so I'm only 2 lands ahead of... I've only drawn 2 more lands than them, so if they draw a couple lands here and I draw a couple spells, I think we'll pass them. We just need a big creature, like a Lavakin Brawler. That would be a good draw. You know, mountains help us cast spells, so I'm firmly in Camp Mountain. I wonder what they drew. Camp Mountain is a fun place to be, I must say. Anyone who has never visited the luxurious Camp Mountain, firmly on the Ixalan Plain. Okay, that's at least better than a mountain. Now they are at a functional 6 life. Closer and closer we bring them to burn out. Man, Goblin Smuggler would be the nuts. It would be incredible, because what you can do, if you do not know this, is you can Goblin Smuggler, equip the axe to this, make this unblockable, equip the axe back to this, and then hit them for 4. Opponent must also be pretty frustrated with their draws, because they're drawing like garbage too. The Ember Cat. Sure. We're not even going to shock that, because if they trade with my Scampering Scorcher... Stacked cards. Oh my gosh, I messed that up. No! I take it back. It has a damage on it. I don't want to do this. I should have moved the Marauder's Axe. Whoops daisies. We have punted. Can we get a kappa in the chat for our fallen brother? He made many noble attacks, futilely. We're going to hit our opponent with the oops. Because that was bad. We should have moved the Marauder's Axe. I totally forgot about the damage until right after I did the clicking. Oopsie daisies. Oh, man. If he attacks, we are trading. Well, that is not useful. Okie doke. We will protect against a Mind Rot. I'm just going to assume that they have like a couple lands in hand. We only have 6 lands left. We still have our Destructive Digger. Just going to battle back after our misplay. We should have 1 extra 1/1, which could make all the difference with given all the equipments we have. Man. Whoops-y daisies, as they say. Nobody's perfect. This game has been ludicrous. You think I won't trade, opponent. How startled you might be. Well, now we are on Team Forest. Forests are also an essential part of nature. Without forests, we would all die from carbon monoxide. So, drawing more forests. Forests are always the key to success. Oh, our sideboard tech. Oh, hello, sideboard tech. The more full oh my gosh. We milled some good ones there. I'm still worried about that like flyer that's going to be a massive pain. Oh, that guy. We need to draw our active treason to deal with him. Or I suppose we could like triple up and like 3 damage plus shock plus reckless, but I don't think that's a good decision. Embercat, eh? Is it a good decision? So if we sack this and airstrike, and yeah, then we just have to draw another couple. Yeah, well, let's do that. We're gonna 3-for-1 ourselves. Because we cannot kill a 6/6 flyer unless we draw specifically active treason. And now I am firmly on Team Embercat. We've been saving up our removal for years to make such a fantastic play. Eventually we will draw Goblin Smuggler. And then there will be some reckoning. Take that, opponent. Take that. No! Well, how close are they to decking? If we could find a way to kill these, they might just deck. Ah, more forests. Our beloved land can always use more forests. We honestly just need a Scampering Scorcher, because then we can just start double pinging these. They have 2 lands in their graveyard. So they have 11 lands accounted for. So they have 6 more. We are on a 4-turn clock. Unless, of course, we draw a Scampering Scorcher or removal spell for these. Now there are 5 lands unaccounted for. Okay, Ember Hauler's good. That kills one of them. Let's just use it now. Man. I think they should have been chipping in with these sanitarium skeletons. Wow. He's listening to my advice. Or maybe he just has a Fathom Fleet Cutthroat. But probably listening to my advice. I mean, we don't have that many lands left in our deck. Ha! Scampering the Scorcher. Move mask here. Ping. Mask here. Ping. And then we will move our wolf thing to our 1/1 so it can also block Sanitarium Skeletons at a profit. And then we will play our land so that we can equip this here. We spent all of our mana on like turn 40. Oh yes. Opponent only has 6 cards left. We just have to survive. They have like 5 lands. No, they have 6 lands left in their deck. 2 of them were in their graveyard. So they have 4 lands left. 4 lands left. They have to get through our stuff. And we only have 4 lands left, but we have more cards. So we have 10 spells to draw. Oh, we're going to deck them out! Let's go! Gorging Vulture, decking yourself for 8. Clearly not the game plan. We are solidly on the mill plan, my good friend Jairus. Man, our sideboard tech barely able to kill the embodiment. Oh no! I think we have to take 3 here. I think because we're going to be able to equip and kill this for free next turn and still be on a 3-turn clock. Come on, spell. I need you more than ever. Heck yes! Oh yeah. Spells. Oh yeah. Now if we were actually on the attacking game plan, we could attack. I mean, technically we could still attack. But I think we're going to wait. Hitting them for 7 seems a little bit... I don't know. Maybe it is correct. Puts them on a 2-turn clock. But now they don't have any attacks. And we have a lot of spells to draw into. Forest, not one of them. So my opponent has 4 cards left. They probably drew a spell. Okay, Vengeful Warchief, sure. So we have 3 lands left, 12 cards. So we have 75% odds. Let's go. I believe in the power of math. Heck yes, Destructive Digger! The exact card we needed, boys! So this guy's going to be the one that trades with this. We're going to put a mask on this guy then, because that's probably the guy they'll try to remove. Let's just no attacks. Okay, let's go. Let's hope they just draw one of their lands, because they have, of course, 4 lands left of these 6 cards. So they have 2 spells left. Oh, man. I'm feeling this. Booyah. I really hope they don't have a Fathom Fleet Cutthroat. Okay. Oh, we're doing it! Come on! Hold! Yes! Spell? Oh, the Mastiff. Wow, Mastiff can actually kill them, maybe. Because we have so many lands. So we have 1, 2, 9, 13, 14. So this can pump 7 times up to 9 power. But we can't then equip it to everything. I think we just want to hold up the extra blocker this turn. Hold. How does the opponent only have 3 cards? Because they played 2 Gorging Vultures. Audacious Thief! Oh, that's hilarious! It'll just kill them sooner. Booyah. It is indeed nice. Almost as nice as this sick deck-out victory we're about to get. Oh, man. No attacks. No attacks. Hold. Hold! Oh, my gosh. My chair almost fell over. Oh, my goodness. That would have been really funny if I was just like, hold, fell over, time out because I fall unconscious or something. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. That seems like the type of thing that's going to get clipped. Oh, so good. We could potentially even kill them with damage now, but we're just going to hold this as an insurance policy. Because double Sanitarium Skeleton is a pain to get through. And this way, if they do have some sort of like crazy combo, like they give this unblockable with a Goblin Smuggler, or this unblockable with a Goblin Smuggler, and then... we'll triple block it. Justice! Boom! Haha! So they have that combo in their deck. Let's just look at their sideboard while we're waiting here. So they have scan it, so we know their entire deck. So they know they have... oh, man. At least they got a nice little glance at it. Good to know that they have that combo in their deck. Ha! They thought I wouldn't block on that final turn. Oh, I was triple blocking all the way, boys. All the way. So they did not have a lot of removal. They have 2 murders. Actually, they have a decent amount of removal. They have 2 murders. They have at least 1 shock. I think they might have multiple shocks. But I know they have 2 murders. Vial of Dragonfire could be a good way to answer their Gorging Vultures. But I think Reckless Airstrike is probably a better way to deal with them. Yeah, I think our deck is configured very well for this matchup. We could just bring in a Diviner's Lockbox and then just start naming Mountain. But I think that was a very weird game, and most games won't go that way. Because they had 2 Sanitarium Skeletons. I could see cutting a Scorch Spitter. That's one thing that could be considered. Cutting a Scorch Spitter for a Flame Elemental might have been correct. Huh. Or just, yeah, cutting a Scorch Spitter was probably the right move. Yeah, that was a mistake. Dang it! I forgot all about Scorch Spitter because I hadn't had him in play for so long. And I had like 5 equipments, so like even a Scorch Spitter would have been a good draw there. Rats. Well, shoot. I think Scorch Spitter out, Vial of Dragonfire in would have been optimal. Maybe 2 Scorch Spitters out for another Flame Elemental too. But keep in mind, our deck is pretty aggressive, so... And they might just not draw a Sanitarium Skeleton. Like, the fact that this is Vivian Reed and this is Teferi just bugs me for some reason. Like, not that I don't like those characters. We'll keep this 7. Yeah, they don't have it. No turn 1 Sanitarium Skeleton. Haha. Haha. Just going to get really ahead on tempo here. Play the Ember Cat for the off chance that I can play a Lavacan Brawler if I draw land. Not attacking, because I know they have multiple murders in their deck. And I don't want this to get multiple attacks off. Oh. Oh. Brutal. That was a vicious sequence. If we'd drawn a land, we would have been in great shape this game because we would have just killed this thing. Oh, man, that is such a savage beating. Let's give me a land right here. Oh, my gosh. I should have played Pack-Mastiff. Oh, my gosh. Even my sadness, I almost fall out of my chair. That was brutal. Oh, can't catch a break. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Yeah, if we played Pack-Mastiff, we could have just killed this next turn if we draw a land. So that was bad. Punished. Yep. That was real bad. Mistakes were made. We're not out of this yet, though. You know, I really needed a land there. Drawing nothing is always bad. And because this thing's just no way it lives here. They probably have murder or something. Yep, if we'd been able to draw a land that turn, we were still in the game too. This game seems over to me. At least it feels over. Because the odds of them drawing another removal spell are just very high here. Wow, those were 4 great cards that I really am glad they are not drawing. Oh gosh. This wouldn't even be a problem if we'd played our creatures correctly. Audacious Thief. We lost this game because we played our creatures in the wrong order. Daisy, yeah, we did. If we'd killed this, we had a shot, but it wasn't a good shot because we can't beat the Flyers anyway. Well, we did take our first loss. But, you know, we gotten to 3 wins already, so the deck's still a success. And that last game was a complete, like, it happens, but we didn't really get to play a game there. You had to keep those 2 land hands, though, on the draw with 3 2-drops or whatever we had. Or a couple 2-drops at least. Especially in the low curve deck. We had a shock, I think. Oh, yeah, we had shock. Maybe we weren't supposed to shock. That's odd. We'll put that on the bottom because we can get a second one with our pattern matcher anyway. Vampire of the Dire Moon, eh? Yep. So we now have all the lands we need. I feel like opponent has shock. They're murdering my Goblin Smuggler? What? I guess it's the most efficient mana play, but that seems very wrong to me. We're going to play Scorcher so we can play Pattern Matcher next turn. Also just really good against the Vampire. So we'll double block a Lavacan Brawler probably. This works out so badly if they just kill my Pattern Matcher though. We'll just wait. Now we can play our own Lavacan Brawler. And then single block this one. Then they go for this thing and we shock there, so it's like a close to even trade. We don't care about going down slightly on cards because we're going to get back all of our cards once we draw our mask, because the mask is just going to kill the vampire. That seems like not a card that we really care about shocking. We could attack with our own, but we don't really want to because it just trades with this. Or probably Keldon Raider. If we do draw... Oh no, they killed this. They murdered my Goblin Smuggler. Sure, Spitfire. La-da-dee, la-da-da-doo. We're not out of this yet, but we are flooding a little bit. I'm considering throwing a couple extra guys in front there. Well, that simplified the board a little. I'm a little bit sad. Not like sad, but it's like a little disappointing. It's not like we're playing badly. At least I don't notice any like real bad plays. It's just we've drawn 5 more lands than the opponent. Yeah. I'm not sure if that was the correct block, but it seemed alright. Because I feel like blocking the Scuttlemutt and the Vampire is kind of the predictable block. And also I really have to get the 4-3 off because he's got a good ability. I don't know if that block was bad though. It didn't really matter. Reckless Airstrike kills the Ember, but generally not going to have a lot of targets in this matchup. Fire Elemental seems okay. Yeah, let's just draw better. That is my new solution. Sorry if the commentary has been dying down a little bit. There just wasn't anything to say there. Like, okay, we'll Pack Mastiff, blank the Scorch Spitter here. We'll trade these off. Oh my gosh.
Pyromancer, find your fires of passion within.
Let's just kill that thing. Let's just try to kill the Chandra. Don't want him to get good value out of his instants and sorceries.
Say hi to my fiery friends.
Scuttlemutt. Sure. We'll just shuffle our deck for the fun of it. And we will offer the trade on Scuttlemutts. Seems like a good trade for us because they are mana screwed right now.
Fire spreads fast. With help.
We'll just kill the Chandra. It could enable some things like getting back a good instant later or something. Oh, yep, that's game. Oh, man, brutal. Feels like game, at least. Thank you, Auto Tapper. I knew it was going to do that. I just don't care enough right now. Ooh, nice, nice. We could change the equip, but it doesn't do anything. So we'll just hold up shock instead. Come on, Scorcher. Scorch Spitter. Kind of a Scorcher. Okay. Oh yes. I wonder if this is going to be good enough. I don't know if it's correct to play around shock face here. I don't think it is. Though maybe chump block, ping them for 2 is worth it. Oh, man. I thought we were... I cannot keep leaning back in this chair. So do I want to kill this Scorch Spitter and then only take 4? Nope. Kill that. Okay. We're not dead. So in response to the attack trigger, we have to use all of our resources to kill one. So we're not dead. We're alive and well, boys! Heck yes. So now we have a couple chump blockers. That was the draw we needed. Finally, a lucky draw. I was worried we were just going to draw land. I think leaving back 2 blockers is a better play, because we're just going to be fine shape if we get to untap again. Shoot. Oh, we needed a creature. All we needed was 1 creature and we'd win. Because we could have pinged this and then... No attacks now, though. Sure. Is that good enough? So we kill this. I think that is. So if we attack with everything, he goes block, block, but then we ping him in response. If he had a shock, he would have used it. If he had a murder, he would have used it. Tricky. Opponent getting a little bit tricky there. Not blocking the lethal damage. Trying to get me to sack before it happens. That was like a smart play, because like he could potentially get me to misclick there, or because he did the block, and then normally to have lethal I would have had to sack my guy. But then he unblocked it, so oh my gosh. Tricky opponent. Very tricky. So opponent has a bunch of 2/4s. So Fire Elemental seems good. We're going to bring him in over a Scorch Spitter. On the draw, Scorch Spitter's a lot worse. And Gozito. Wow, I thought we were out. But we still have another legs in us, as the saying goes. We're not on our last legs yet. The clutch scampering Scorchers. Wow, how far can Mono Red go? As far as we want, keeping this hand. Just hoping to never draw another land. I jinxed it. Oh, man. Blood Burglar, sure. I think we're fine to take some damage here. We just don't want Chandra to stick around for too long. That was a fantastic draw. I thought this was a sparring match. You thought wrong, Chandra. This is going to be a game where we grind out some value. Get the W. I just want to burn stuff already. Don't we all, Chandra? Don't we all? This might seem like a bad play, but I think it is correct. The 2-2 shuts down all of our scampering Scorchers. Okay, they had a shock. That's brutal. I was considering sacking a land there. The next turn we can Chandra's Outrage this, kill the Chandra. We'll be at a low life total, but we'll have a lot of tokens for defense. Game 1, they showed us a Fathom Fleet Cutthroat, so we'll just take the damage. So we will go to 5, which is a low life total, but we have 3 Scampering Scorchers all geared up to protect our life total. So we go to 4. No attacks. Maybe we could start chipping him with Fire Elemental, but I think we'd rather trade it off with a Lavakin. Let's block like this. we're just going to use a bunch of tokens to kill it. This is actually going really well here. Let's go. We have gained the advantage. Well, that's a dead one. Heck yes. We're going to give the Wolf Rider thing to the Scorcher. Thank you so much, vcohen666, for the follow. I really appreciate it. We're giving this the mask because it's more flavorful, because the Wolf can't... Right, no, I'm kidding. We're giving it the mask because if it's on defense, we'd rather be able to use it if they try to kill one of our blockers or something. And also this thing gets the plus power immediately. Oh no. All this to lose to the dragon. We're not actually dead to the dragon, we just need to draw a creature. Ugh. All of our hard work. I feel like if we had drawn 2 less lands in that game, we would have won. Man, well, if you made it all the way to the end of this video and you're watching on YouTube, type hashtag monoredvictory in the comment section down below, because, let's be honest, it did do quite well as a deck and performed admirably, despite the last couple rounds not going our way. So monoredvictory in the comments section down below. Leave that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel to get updates whenever I post new content. And if you'd like to further support the channel, be sure to check out the Patreon, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas, a great way to support the channel and all that I do. Thank you so much to all of my patrons. That is going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you next time.